Hey, so here, this is a video about how to become more fluid in throwing. So there's multiple ways. One is just being already fluid and just being athletic. That'd be great. But most of us aren't genetically gifted, sadly. But a trick that really helped me, because I'm very unathletic, but a trick that really helped me and something I took pride in is being fluid. Even though it never looked really that great, it was always fluid when I threw. All right? Even though I was not very good at throwing. All right? It looked really nice. So I find that a lot of people, especially people that like to film themselves, a lot of the time, like people that film every throw, what they do is they try and just hit positions every time, and they get super focused in like angles and details, and sometimes like you just lose the artistry of the throw. All right, and that's true with all sports. All right, like when you see these supreme level athletes, like they never look robotic. Like you don't see like LeBron James when he's going up for a dunk. He's not. He doesn't look like he's thinking about it. It doesn't look like he's like, oh, like my arm's here instead of here. Like, he just does it. All right, and that's for multiple reasons. But it always looks fluid. It always just looks like crazy athletic. And part of looking athletic is being fluid. All right. So a tip, a tip specifically for throws, and something that really, really helped me is starting from my probably like day three of me throwing shot, or like day three of me just throwing from freshman in high school. Is I looked up throwing. I just looked up throwing videos. I got immersed in it. I just started watching videos. All right. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter if they were my technical model or not. Okay. I just looked at throwers. All right. I just looked at how they moved, and that right there, just like I skipped like 5 steps. All right, because what that did is now I had that mental picture in my head. But a lot of people do that. The thing I did, and I think what a lot of people miss, is I tried to actually mimic them, even though I didn't throw like them. When I drilled, like what I would do is, so since I'm old, I'd pick like Robert Harding. All right, I'd pick Robert Harding, even though I'm not 6'7" and 280 and I can't throw like Robert Harding. All right, I mimicked him even when I drilled, even when I threw. I would pick several times. And what that does is when you start getting immersed in different styles and you try and move like super athletic people, you actually start to look athletic yourself. And then eventually you start building that muscle to mind connection. All right? And you'll just start to actually be moving fluid on your own with your actual technique that you do. And what you also find is when you start mimicking more than one person, and when I mean mimic, I mean like literally like to the detail. All right, but I don't. A very common thing that when I tell people this is that what they do is they go home and they like break down every single like little frame of a thrower. That's not what I want you to do. That's the opposite. I want you to just look. 2011 Worlds, for example. 2011 Worlds Daegu discus final for men. All right, it's on YouTube. You can just type it up and just look. Just watch. Watch as like a fan. Don't watch as a thrower. All right. I want you to watch as if you don't know throwing. All right. And I just want you to just watch how they move and just watch how fluid everyone is. All right. And then I want you to think about your throw. Do you look like you're actually athletic when you throw? And I know that seems like a harsh thing to say, but some people can throw far and not look athletic. All right? But if you want to go to that extra distance, even though if you're not like a supreme level athlete, like Olympic level athlete, because hint hint, most people aren't. That's the reason why they're Olympians. But if you start to try and mimic the way they move and the way they throw and just trying to be super loose and not trying to just think like, oh, like if my knee was at a 45 instead of like a 42 or some stupid stuff like that. That doesn't matter. That's what biomechanics do. All right, that's what nerds do. All right, the athlete's job is to be athletic. All right, it's the coach's job to think about that movement. All right, the athlete doesn't need to do that much thinking. They need to be athletes, and I think that gets a thing that just gets lost, especially in super technical stuff like throwing. All right, like when you go run, you're not like just like regularly, you'll find that you're usually pretty athletic when you're running, when you're not actually a runner. And because you don't know, what the hell you're doing. You could look absolutely stupid, but you are fluid and you feel fluid. Like when I run, I run like this, just to feel loose. Sure, if a sprints coach saw me running like that, they'd probably throw up. All right, but I'm not a sprinter. All right, like for me personally, and I can only really speak to me personally because this is just stuff that just helped me. This stuff could just totally not help you at all. All right, but I find that what I would do in my warm up throws is I would first enter the ring and just close my eyes and just take a throw and just picture a movement. Sure, I probably won't get over my left. Sure, like I probably, but it's establishing that mind feeling of being relaxed, being fluid, and just being like water. I picture that I'm in like a water glass and I'm just floating. All right. So, and then when I go to actually throw, I have that already feeling, that state of mind, and you'll find that you'll just throw way easier. All right. If you throw super analytical, it just doesn't work. No athlete does. Like when I look at supreme level athletes, all right, I don't look at them. Like I don't look at Tom Brady and be like, oh, like he looks so analytical when he throws. No, he just throws it. All right. So what I'm really trying to get at is pretend you're athletic. All right, act like you're athletic. Even you could be very athletic and you just don't move like you're athletic. All right, and I know that seems really weird to say, but I bet some people watching this video might know what I'm talking about. It may be you. It may just be people you know. I know I have some athletes like that deep down, deep inside, they're actually really good athletes. They just don't know it yet because they've never known how to actually move athletically. And once you figure out how to actually move like an athlete and I know that's a very weird thing to say, but I mean, just literally just watch anything LeBron does. I consider him probably like top 3 just athletes in general. I mean, that guy can probably just do whatever. I'm not even a LeBron fan, but I mean, his athleticism is absolutely insane. I mean, when you just see athletes do normal things, like when you see really athletic people, they walk differently than like a normal person. It's hard to explain if you've never been around them, but you can just like tell. You have a look. All right? Like when I watch like Olympians throw and they just go to walk and like retrieve their implements, they don't walk like a normal person. They walk like there's just something different about them, and it's really hard to explain. But if you ever get the pleasure to watch like an NBA game in person, you'll see what I mean. Like just like everything they do is just comes natural, or it looks like it comes natural. Everything is just done. It's not thought about. It's just they just do it. All right. And that's really so really the main takeaway of this video, pretend you're athletic. Act like you're an athlete. All right. And that's not like, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I mean, like literally pretend like you are think of the most athletic person you can possibly think of. Pretend to be like them. All right. Now, I'm not saying try and jump up and dunk like LeBron because I don't want you to hurt yourselves. All right. But just like picture in your mind, like so when you're throwing, to me, Ishan Adati is probably like one of the most fluid thrower that I can think that comes to mind, where everything is just so nice, it's so fluid, it just looks so athletic, so stretchy. It's a thing of beauty. I love watching him throw. All right. And what I used to do in high school is, even though I couldn't. Actually, in high school I kind of threw like him, and with a 2K I couldn't, but. Like, I used to just, like, do outrageous stuff. Like, I used to, like, do really weird winds in practice and just, like, experiment and just, like, try and move like other athletes. And you'll find when you try and copy people, and this is true also, like, a lot of singers say, like, trying to copy other people, it helps them a lot, really sharpen their tone because, like, they get really good at doing stuff that doesn't work for them and does work for them. And that also helps them choose, oh, maybe I'm not good at this, but I'm really good at this and stuff. And you'll just find you just have a lot more body awareness. You'll just it's just a tip to gain athleticism. Of course, if you're already an athlete, good for you. But if you're not, like me, that could help. All right, it could. Again, I don't know you. So, but yeah, so give that a try. And when I say watch, just remember, don't just like go frame by frame slow mo. Just watch them throw. Just watch them regular speed. Don't speed it up. Don't slow it down. Just watch them throw. All right, and then just have a mental picture in your mind, and just try and mimic them. All right, and that should help. All right. So hope that helps, and have a good day.